Hello children, welcome to the class of teacher Meenal Pereira. In this video, we will study about blood circulatory system. So let's begin. Let's first study what is this blood circulatory system. Okay, so as the name says, blood circulatory. That means blood is circulated throughout the body. Okay, so the continuous movement of blood through the heart and blood vessels and by which nutrients, oxygen and waste are carried from the body tissue. Okay, so the continuous movement from heart and the blood vessels, and what is the use of this circulation? What it does? It carries nutrients, oxygen and waste material from the different body tissue. Okay, then which organs are present in blood circulatory system? So, blood circulatory system is mainly consist of heart and blood vessels. So, in this video, we will be studying about the structure and function of heart and the blood vessels. Okay, now, circulatory system, as we have studied, performs the function of transport of various substances like water, hormones. Hormones are the chemical substances that are required for the growth of the body. Oxygen, soluble nutrients which are required for the proper growth of the body, and waste material through different organs. An independent system for blood circulation is present in humans and higher animals. So we have an independent system, that means a different system for blood circulation. It consists of heart, blood vessel and capillaries. Okay, so now let's study about the structure of heart. Heart is present almost at the center of the thoracic cage. Okay, so we have studied in the previous video where the lungs and the respiratory system which is present in the thoracic cavity, heart is almost present there. It is present behind the ribs between two lungs and slightly inclined on the left side. Inclined means slightly shifted. Size of our heart is equal to one's own fist and its weigh about 360 gram. So if you take your fist or you say your muthi, okay, so it is, our heart is of that same size and its weight is 360 grams, which is slight. It is covered by a double layer peritoneal membrane. Okay, so as you can see here in this diagram, two layers we can see, so that is the peritoneal membrane. A fluid is present between the two membranes due to which the heart is protected from friction and mechanical shocks. Now, heart is a very important organ. Okay, so you can say any shock can spoil or damage the heart. So we have a fluid that will absorb that shock or any friction and thus protects the heart. Okay, now you all know that our heart it's a muscular organ which is made up of involuntary cardiac muscles. Involuntary muscles means the muscles which we cannot control. They contract and relax with a definite rhythm. Okay, so we know that thak 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 thak. Okay, so it's a definite rhythm which is called as beating of the heart. Okay, so this diagram will show you the beating of the heart. Then coming to the internal structure, how the heart looks from inside. Okay, so we will study this in a very simple manner, children. Okay, how much is there in the textbook? That much we'll study. Actually, it is little complicated. Okay, so I will not go in much details. Okay, because otherwise simply you will get confused. Okay, so you just remember the few simple things. Okay, the first thing is heart is divided into left and right compartment. Okay, so this is the right compartment. This is the left compartment. Each of those compartments are again divided into two chambers. Okay, so first it is divided into two and then again that two are divided into two more. So that becomes total 4. Okay, so in all, heart consists of 4 chambers. Okay, the upper chambers are called as arteria or arterium and the lower chambers are called called as ventricles. Okay, so this is the right atrium, this is the left atrium. This is the right ventricle, this is the left ventricle. Okay, so basically heart is divided into 4 chambers. Okay, now what you can see in this diagram is, you can see here children, these are the various veins. Okay, now the main function of the heart. Okay, what is the main function of the heart? To pump the blood. Okay, heart pumps the blood into the lungs. Okay, from lungs the blood comes and then heart supply is to various parts of the body. Okay, so what all these you can see, right pulmonary artery, superior vena cava, this right pulmonary vein, inferior vena cava. Okay, this, then what we have, this left pulmonary artery. Okay, so these are basically deal with the passage of the blood either to the lungs or from the lungs. Okay, then we have this valves. Okay, you see here bicuspid valve. Okay, so what is the valve? Valves are basically flat. Okay, because blood keeps on moving into heart, so that flow has to be regulated, which is done with the help of the valve. Okay, so just very simple way you remember, we have a 4-chambered hearts. The upper ones are called as atrium and the lower ones are called as ventricles. Okay, now moving to blood vessels. We all know that heart is beating continuously. Due to this, blood continuously circulates through blood vessels. And we have 2 types of blood vessels. The first one are called as arteries. So these are the arteries. Okay, in the diagram you can see the red color ones, children, these are the arteries. Now what are arteries? These are the blood vessels which carry the blood away from the heart are called as arteries. Okay, so from heart the arteries take blood to various parts of the body. Okay, and except the one carrying blood towards the lungs, all carry oxygenated blood. Okay, so very important, our heart which has oxygenated blood, and how the blood is taken to various parts of the body with the help of arteries. Okay, so therefore arteries are deeply located in our body and their walls are thick. Okay, because so much of pressure is coming on that from the blood. Okay, and these vessels do not have valves. That means they do not have compartments. See, it is a single one, artery. Okay, so the artery carries oxygenated blood from heart to various parts of the body. Okay, now what are the second type? Those are called as veins. Okay, now what are veins? Veins carry the blood towards the heart from various parts of the body. Okay, and all the veins except the one carrying blood from lungs transport deoxygenated blood. Okay, so what is the function of veins? Veins carries deoxygenated blood from various parts of the body to the heart. Okay, so please remember this to and from. Okay, arteries carries blood from heart to the body. Okay, and veins carries blood from body to the heart. Okay, so most of the veins are superficially, that means above they are located in the body. Their walls are thin and they are provided with the valves. Okay, so this intima means the inner membrane. These are muscles that keeps on moving. The connective tissue that combines it together, and it is a valve. Valve means a opening. Okay, see here there is no valve. Here there is a valve. So it is an opening that controls or regulates the flow of the blood. Okay, so very important, don't get confused between arteries and veins. Okay. Now we have the capillaries. What are the capillaries? Okay, so you can see that in this diagram you will see that the arteries and veins, this is the main one. Okay, so then you can see that it is becoming small and the same thing forms the capillaries. Okay, so arteries gradually branch out with decrease in their diameter as they spread in the body and finally form a fine hair-like vessel called as capillaries. Now we have studied, children, or you can see here that arteries are big in size. So they cannot reach to each and every part of the body. Okay, so therefore their diameter reduces and it becomes so small, so thin that finally it looks like a hair. And that small hair part is called as capillaries. And because they are very small single layer, exchange of material between the capillaries and the cells become easy. Okay, so this is the body tissue. This is the capillary. Since here the partition is very thin, the exchange takes place very easily. During the exchange, oxygen, nutrients, hormones, vitamins are passed or the exchange takes place. So they are sent towards the cell and waste material from the cell moves into the blood. Okay, so you can see that 100% of these oxygen and nutrients are passed to the cell and 30% or the waste is removed from the tissue and it goes into the capillary. Isn't it amazing, children? Okay. Capillaries unite together to form the vessel of more diameter called as veins. Okay, and capillary network present in each organ. So in each organ we have the capillaries. Okay, so we have arteries that becomes small, very thin and form the capillaries. The capillaries thin, they combine together and they form a big vein. Okay, so you can see that, children, all these things are related with each other. Okay, they are very similar terms. But what you have to remember, arteries carries oxygenated blood, vein carries deoxygenated blood. Okay, so then we all know that the process of pumping of blood towards the various parts of the body and bringing back to the heart is called blood circulation. Okay, so continuous blood circulation takes place into the body and the heart continuously contracts and relax. Okay, and consecutive single contraction and relaxation of heart constitute a single heartbeat. Okay, so this heartbeat you see many times on the machine. Okay, so that heartbeat shows that we are alive. Now, how we can hear our own heartbeats by with the help of a simple instrument that we can make at home. Let's study or let's see what is that. Okay, let's see what it is.
Okay, so let's see how we can make or how we can record our own heartbeats using a small instrument that is made at home. Okay, let's see what are the things we require. And what we require here is we require a funnel, as you can see. Then we require a long rubber tube. Okay, and the apertures are openings are there at both the end. Okay, and then as you can see that what we are doing is we are fixing the rubber tube on the funnel. Okay, so one end of the funnel we are fixing, or one end of the rubber tube we are fixing on the funnel. Okay, and this becomes our stethoscope.
Okay, children, so you all understood now how we can measure our own heartbeats. Okay, so in this video what we studied, basically we studied about the structure of the heart. The heart is made up of 4 chambers. The upper one are atrium, lower ones are ventricles. Then we have studied about blood vessels, that is arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries carries oxygenated blood from heart to various parts of the body. Vein carries deoxygenated blood and capillaries help in the gaseous exchange. Okay, then we also studied about the pumping of the blood or how the blood is circulated. Okay, so that is we studied about the blood circulation. Okay, so see here, children, in this you can see the circulation of the blood. Okay, so we see here 2 color. Now what is the 2 color is red one indicates the oxygenated blood and the blue one indicates the deoxygenated, where oxygen is not present. Okay, obviously, but children, we don't have any blue color blood as such. Okay, so blue color blood only indicates that it is a deoxygenated blood. Okay, and red one is the oxygenated blood. Okay, so I hope all these things are clear to you. Okay, thank you very much. God bless you.